Welcome to 5 exercises for a strong back, part 2. The exercises today will happen down on the floor. You will need some kind of a mat or a carpet to protect yourself and a small towel rolled up to about that size for behind your neck. Stuart McGill is a famous back expert from the University of Waterloo here in Ontario, Canada. He spent his entire career studying how the back works. His main goal is to share what he knows with people so that they don't have back pain. These exercises are from Stuart McGill's research. He professes that if you do the exercises on a regular basis with the proper form, your back will be protected. Stuart talks a lot about stability and mobility. He and many others, including me, want you to be mobile as much as possible. But we want you to think about your posture when you're moving about the planet, and when you're exercising with intention, make sure you maintain proper form. Let's get started. We're going to warm up with something called the cow cat. You might have done this before in a yoga class. On your hands and knees with your fingers wide apart, your palms are pushing down into the floor. They're right below your shoulders. They're in front of your knees, and your feet are folded over with the bottom of your feet facing up. Your head's in neutral. And then, when you're ready, very slowly, I want you to look up, bend your head back and look up, and create a saddle or a arch in your back. This is called the cow. Just hold it there, breathe through it. If there's any pain in your neck or in your low back, back off a little bit. Get out of the pain. We don't want to work through pain. You might hold this for 5, 10 seconds, whatever you feel comfortable doing. When you're ready, your chin is coming down to your chest, and your hips are coming forward, and your back is going to round. Now you're in the cat. Hold it there. So we went from a arched back and an arched neck into this. And when we're ready and we're breathing normally, maybe if you're into a little deeper breath, that's good. Just don't hold your breath and just relax. Now we're going to go back into the cow, so our head's coming up and our hips are going down, creating the saddle, and breathe normally. Okay, we're ready. Head comes back, chin down to chest, hips forward. Round out the back, push down with your palms to get a better rounded back there. Just relax your breath and take your time. And we'll do it one more time. Cow, here comes the cow, the head goes up. Create the saddle in your low back. Still breathing normally. You want to be in that parasympathetic state where you're relaxed and ready to learn. Back to the cat. Good, 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 good. The cow cat warm up. All of the exercises today are going to strengthen your core muscles. These are muscles that are very close to your spine, trying to stabilize you the best they can. One of these muscles is called a multifidus or a multifidi. There are several of them. They travel up your spine from your tailbone to the base of your skull, and they overlap in very interesting ways. They're not very big, and they keep you in the best spine position possible. The first exercise that uses the multifidus muscle or muscles is called the bird dog. So back into that table position we go. Remember, your hands are below your shoulders and your hands are in front of your knees. You're in a relaxed posture. Take your right arm and lift it off the ground and hold it straight out so it's parallel to the floor. Now that might be difficult for some people, so you might have to not hold it up there too long. Let's try the left arm. It's going to be lifted and held straight out in front of you, parallel to the floor. Now I want you to notice when I do this again on the right side, how my right shoulder comes up. And so I have to lower my right side a little bit to make sure that I'm still in neutral, in perfect hands and knees posture. Left arm up, reach out with those fingertips and lower the left side a little bit so that your table is flat. At least as flat as you can get it. One more time on the right. Breathe comfortably. And on the left. Out it goes, the arm. Lower the shoulder side. Good. Now I'm going to take my right leg, straighten it out behind me, and balance on my toes. So my leg is straight. Now I'm going to move up a little bit so you can see this. Out goes the leg. It's straight. Nothing's touching the ground except my toes. Let's try the left side. Straighten the leg. Up on the toes. Notice again that when you do that, that side of the body comes up a little bit. So you have to lower your hip on that side a little bit to get yourself back into balance. Let's try the right side. So the right leg goes out, lower the right hip. Now I have to also make sure my arms are straight and my shoulders are remaining over top of my hands. I don't want to be back here like this. I want to be up in the best posture possible. Let's try the left. Out it goes. Adjust my arms and my shoulders. Lower that hip on the left. This time I'm going to try it. You can do it the same one more time, but this time I'm going to straighten it and lift the toe off the ground just a little and then lower my hip on the right. Left leg straight back. Lift the toe up maybe. Lower the hip on the left. Keep my shoulders over my hands. Spread those fingers. It's all about stability. Okay, now we'll try the next level. So I'll back up again. Maybe I'll turn this way. Out goes the right arm and out goes the left leg. Now I lower my right shoulder down and breathe comfortably. So out goes the left arm, lower it a little bit, right leg, my toes still touching. If you prefer to lift that right leg off the ground just a little bit to keep it straight, that's okay, but you can put the toe down for now. Let's try it one more time on both sides. Right arm, lower the shoulder, left leg, maybe lift the toe, keep the left leg straight. Breathe comfortably, no holding your breath. the bird dog. The second exercise is called the plank. This is a side plank, working that core muscle called your transverse abdominus that runs around you like a girdle, all the way around, low back, belly area, close to your spine. It's a stability muscle called the transverse abdominus. And we're going to work that probably in conjunction with the multifidus muscles because they are related and they work together and they actually intertwine. So I'm lying on my side here, balancing on my elbow and my forearm, trying to keep my shoulder right above my elbow. And if I look down my body, I've got my shoulder lined up with my hips, lined up with my knees, lined up with my feet. I'm in a completely straight line. My job is to lift my hip off the ground. So I either have to push down with my feet into the floor, at the same time push down with my forearm, and maybe push down with my hand to get my hips up. And I hold it there for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly, gently put my hips back down. I don't have to get up very high, I just have to get them up. It would be nice if my body was in a side perfect posture position. I don't want my hips to go back, and I don't want them to come forward because I want that line from my shoulders, hips, knees, toes to be nice and straight. So here we go again, ready? Don't hold your breath. Lift your hips up, hold it there, check to see if you're in the right form, and slowly come back down. Okay, now, some people, and that's not me, but some people can do this by being in this position. Wait till I slide down a little bit more, keeping my hand below my shoulders, maybe lift up. Like I can't do that, but some people can. The younger ones, I guess. Here we go. Am I lined up right? Stacking my legs. Okay, up I go. Push and hold it there. Maybe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Working that transverse abdominus and the multifidi or multifidus muscles. We have another side. Make sure the elbow is below the shoulders. You're resting on your forearm, but that elbow is doing a lot of work. Stack your legs. Make sure it's straight from your shoulder through your hips, knees, and toes. Now, some people also like to put one foot on the floor in front of them. It makes it easier. If you can do it this way with your legs stacked, it's a side plank. We're going to use this hand here and push up, hold it there, check your form. Is it nice and straight? No curves in your body there. And down you come slowly. You're always breathing comfortably. Okay, are you ready? Up. Now, how many of these would you do? Well, you could do 3 and call it a day, but do both sides. Or you could do 5, or maybe just 1 to begin with. Are we trying to get up to 10? Not necessarily. We're just trying to work our core transverse abdominus and multifidus muscle, or muscles. Okay? The side plank. Exercise number 3 is called the Stewart-McGill curl up. I don't want you to confuse it with a sit-up. This is not a sit-up. The only thing that really moves in this exercise is your head and a little bit of your shoulders. And they only come up off the mat about that much. That's it. Don't lift any legs or arms or anything else. Otherwise, you're doing it wrong. And you will need your little towel to put underneath your neck, not your head, your neck, to keep your head in neutral. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie down on the floor, on our back, and we're going to bend one leg so it's like this, and the other leg's going to be straight and on the floor. And then we'll do the other side. Okay, so one leg's bent, foot flat. The other one's going to be straight, heel down, foot flexed. And I want you to, if you can, put your hands under your low back here so that when you're lying down, you maintain that slight lumbar curve. If it's too hard because your shoulders aren't working right, put your arms at your sides. You could put another little cushion or pillow or something, but not much under your low back, but I don't think so. So I'm going to move back a little bit so you can see me do this. Put my little rolled up YMCA towel underneath my neck. All right, so I'm going to bend one leg, foot flat, straighten the other leg, straight out. Hands underneath my low back like this, if I can do it. Otherwise, they're in front of me, here on the sides of me like this. So we don't want our back pushing into the floor. So you're going to tighten up everything on the side with the straight leg. You're going to tighten up your ankle there, your foot and all those muscles. Tighten up your calf muscle and your soleus shin muscles in there. Tighten up your quads, your hamstrings, tighten up your bum, and your Kegel muscles in your pelvic floor, if you can do that. Tighten it all up. And don't hold your breath. So that's a lot to remember. So you tighten everything up, you breathe comfortably. Maybe Kegels are tightened up too in the pelvic floor, or you're doing your best anyway. And then when you're ready, everything is tight, you lift your head and a little bit of your shoulders, looking straight up at the ceiling, and go 3, 2, 1, and then relax everything. Wow. Straighten the other side, bend this leg, foot flat. Everything's tight on the right this time. When you feel that tightness right from the bottom of your foot there all the way up the right side, don't forget your bum, tighten up that, and your pelvic floor muscles, your Kegel muscles. Everything's tight, ready, breathing normally. Don't hold your breath, lift your head up, look straight up at the ceiling. Just a little bit, nothing else moves. Relax. Holy cats. Let's try it again on the left side. So when you tighten everything up like this, those multifidus muscles, and of course all the leg muscles, which are related to your back, and your back muscles, everything's, including your shoulders and your neck, everything's working together to build strong back muscles. Here we go already. Don't hold your breath. Lift your head up. Are you kegling or pelvic floor tightening? Are you doing that? That's good. Let's try the other side. Here we go. Everything tight. Up it comes. Don't hold your breath. Keep your head only up a little bit and a little bit of your shoulders. Your head's in neutral. Good. We got to do it one more time because 3 is my lucky number. Okay, everything tight, and up it comes. Good. Don't hold your breath. Notice when I talk, I can't hold my breath and talk. So you're not talking, but you could be talking. Could be singing a little tune. Everything tight on the right-hand side. Here's the last time. Up we come. This is the McGill curl up. Really, really good for your back. You want it to be strong. You don't want any of that pain. Down it comes. The McGill curl up. Exercise number 4 is the bridge. We've done the bridge before standing up, but this is the most effective way to do it. And it works all kinds of muscles from head to toe, especially the muscles that you need for a strong back. The exterior ones and the core ones, close to your body. So everybody's playing the bridge today, and we will need our little towel here, so it's going underneath our head. Down we go. Not the head, the neck, sorry. I feel like I'm in neutral. My legs are bent. My legs are shoulder width apart. They're not close together. They're shoulder width apart, hip distance apart. My arms are at my sides. Get my head in neutral. Make sure that my back isn't pushed into the floor just yet anyway. And I'm breathing comfortably. My toes are spread and I'm ready to go. All I'm going to do is lift my hips up. But I want to breathe comfortably, but this time I think I'm going to take a breath in and then exhale as I lift my hips up. So let's just take a breath in, and then as we blow out, lift our hips up as high as we can. Now, wouldn't it be nice if the shoulders and the hips and the knees were kind of in a straight line instead of like a dip? Let's get the hips a little higher. I can feel it in my quads and my hamstrings and my bum for sure. But I'm working more muscles than that. The multifidus muscles are working, or multifidi. And the transverse abdominus girdle muscle is working. And slowly down comes the back to the floor. And I still have that little arch going on there. Now, some people like to do it very, very methodically. So they take the breath in through the nose, and as they exhale, they lift their hips. But before they do that, they do a pelvic tilt and push their low back into the floor, and then lift their hips up. And they get them up as high as we can go, right? Everybody's different. Hold it there for as long as you can do it. But maybe no more than 10 seconds. And then slowly come back down, let our low back touch, and then relax our hips. We'll do it one more time. Maybe we'll use the breath. Maybe we'll just breathe comfortably and forget about the deep breathing. And let's pelvic tilt. Low back touches, up we come with the hips into the air. Now some people even like to move their arms as they lift their hips. But today we're just trying to get our hips up nice and high, lining the hips with the shoulders and the knees in a nice straight line. And after we think we've held it there for 3, 5, 10 seconds, we slowly lower our hips down and our low back touches. And then we do the relaxing last little move here to create that little curve in our low back. Okay, you got that? The bridge. The last exercise before we stretch is called the 90-90. I want you to sit. You don't need the towel today for the 90-90. I want you to sit with your legs bent. I think I'll face you. So from my hip to my knee, it's straight out. And then my leg bends at the knee and it's 90 degrees at the joint. And then it comes along here and then my foot turns like that. It's 90 degrees at the ankle. Okay? And then my back leg, it's at the 90-90 too. So from my hip to my knees, it's straight, and then it's 90 degrees at the knee, and then my leg goes down to my heel, and then my foot is turned so that it's 90 degrees at the ankle. And I'm trying to sit up straight. That tells me if I need this hand to hold me up, that I have to work on my hips a little bit more because they're not as flexible as they could be. I want to maintain my best posture possible. And I don't want to be on an angle like this. I want to be straight up. So I'm going to get this hand as close to this hip as I can so I'm nice and straight. So I can feel it in lots of places. First of all, I feel it in this knee because I'd like to have the knee down on the floor, but it won't go down on the floor. I can push it down a little bit, but that's where it is right now. And if it was in great shape, this leg, this hip, this knee, this leg, it would be down on the floor. And this one here, I can feel it in that hip too. Just to get my leg in the 90-90 is difficult. Now, this could be it. Your 90-90 is just this, sitting up nice and tall. You could practice letting go. Are you still sitting up nice and tall, or are you falling over? But can you sit up nice and tall? You'll feel it in lots of places related to your low back. You don't want any back pain, remember? You want to think about your posture, and you want to think about your form. Okay, but some people think, oh no, I can do that, Robert. That's no big deal. Carry on. So the first exercise in the 90-90 is to find the space between your legs here and just take your whole torso straight out. So your head's not coming down, you're not bending over, you're just bringing this whole area of your body straight out over the space. Now, whether you use the hand or you're holding on to do it, or you're like me, I'm holding on to this leg so I can pull myself out further. I'm propping myself up with this arm, but I'm trying to bring my upper body straight out. Keep my head in neutral, breathe comfortably, and hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Relax. Then I want to do the same thing, except come out over my knee that's in the front, straight out. Remember, keep your head in neutral, none of this head down. You're not trying to put this on that, you're trying to take it straight out. Yes, good. And then the last part is to twist a little bit. Now remember, twists can be dangerous because maybe your oblique muscles along the side of your body that work with the core muscles deep inside your body aren't in great shape. So any kind of a twist, you got to be careful. So I'm going to twist just a little bit, see if there's any pain or anything that's bothering me. No. So in between the knee and the arm over here, this space here, I want to go straight out for 3 to 5 seconds and then relax. Okay? Now we want to do it on the other side, but to get there, do you just turn yourself around somehow? Now the experts, they can flip their self without moving too much, get themselves in the 90 position on that side. But not me, I just have to sort of do my best. So this knee here is going to be from me to you straight ahead. And then that leg, can I get that down? Well, maybe. And this, hey, that's a little bit better on that side. This knee goes almost down to the floor. Now, when I get the 90 behind the joints here, I have kind of like a rectangle in between my legs. So I check everything. Everything's 90-90. Okay, this arm's still needed to stand up or sort of sit up straight. Yep, no, it's the same on this side too. Get that hand nice and close. Okay, I gotta bring this out in the space between my legs. Breathe comfortably, don't hold your breath. And then out over this front leg here. If you can hold it for 10 seconds, that'd be great. Just maintain that great posture. Okay, and then this space between the knee and the shoulder, out that way. Let's try it again. So first of all, between the two legs, out that way. Then over the knee at the front. And then here comes the little twist, that way. Now remember, I'm 75. If you watched how the younger people who are in better shape than I am do the 90-90, there's all kinds of variations. They do all kinds of little tricks with their legs and their arms and their body and everything else. But that's the best I can do. And I hope you can try the 90-90 in some of your workouts. We're going to finish this series of 5 core exercises to build a strong back with a stretch that maybe could be included in the back exercises that you do. Really doesn't matter as long as you know about the piriformis. Piriformis is a muscle that runs through your bum, and on this side too. It's connected to your low back and the femur legs in your, or bones in your legs. So lying down here, my back's in neutral. There's a little bit of an arch going on there. My arms are at my sides. I take one leg and put it over top of the other leg, above the knee, if I can. And then I bring the legs up off the ground and hold it there. I can feel it right now in the piriformis on the leg that's over top of the other one. Okay, now if I wanted to, I could grab a hold of the shins and pull it in a little bit more. If I wanted to, I could lift my head straight up, keep my head in neutral, pull my legs in, and hold it there. How long should I hold my stretch? Well, if I can only hold it for, say, 30 seconds, then I should do 3 of these throughout the day to get it up to at least 90 seconds for this stretch to get the most benefit. So my head goes back on top of that towel there, the neck area. Let go and relax. And one more side. This one comes up over top. When I'm ready, I lift up the legs. Maybe I grab the shins and pull it in a little bit more. I can feel my piriformis on this side in my bum. It's really an important muscle for your strong back health. And maybe I lift my head up, looking straight up at the ceiling, pulling my legs into my chest. Keep that chin off your chest. Keep your head in neutral. If you can even do that part. I'd be happy if you could get the leg over top of the other one and lift the legs off the ground. You'll feel the piriformis. So today's video is all about core muscles that make your back strong. Part 1, I'll put the link in the description or in the at the end of the video for part 1, just in case you missed it. That's strong back muscles when you're working surface muscles and you're mainly standing up, I think. All of those muscles work together to give you stability, and that's what you need. Then you need mobility, but you need stability first. Good luck.